just stand there and do this right here. And and I'm like, the camera, they say at 10. I was like, no, it'll be at like 20 on me. I went through a very public divorce, you know. I gotta live this for the rest of my life. I was like, I can't escape it. You know, most people, you know, they can escape it, but I was like, he's everywhere. Like, this is like cruel punishment, God. What are you doing? Like, I can do that. You know, we've been seeing plenty of crackheads. You know, we know what a crackhead look like, and they leave with like 22 million.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, it's big money. Like, I ended up meeting Michelle Obama because of reality TV.
Really?
So next thing you know, they all just cracking jokes on me. I'm just sitting there like, cover me up, like. I'm a brown skin baddie. What's up, daddy? Flexing on you niggas because you know you can't have me.
Comedy Divas, we run this town.
Hello, and welcome to the Comedy Divas Girl Talk podcast, where we talk to funny divas from the stage to the screen to behind the scene, everywhere in between, to tell their amazing stories, because you know what? They just aren't told enough. I'm Sharon B, aka Sharon Brathwaite, your host and founder of Comedy Divas. We have a very special diva in the house tonight, but please like, subscribe, follow, and leave comments. Let us know what you think. So now, without further ado, we have this special lady, Miss Torrei Hart. She's a comedian, an actress, and an executive producer. And speaking of which, right now you can see her projects on Tubi, Turned AF, Whispers in the Pines, and she's acting in Love Don't Pay the Bills.
Yes.
She also has her own podcast, is Brutally Honest. She's also toured doing stand-up with Katt Williams. She's done sketches, she's written, she's done her thing, and we are so happy to have her. Please welcome Torrei Hart.
Yay! Great intro.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
I always like to start out with, when did you know you were funny?
Wow. I mean, since I was a kid, my family always like said I was entertaining them, being funny. It just was natural. I mean, of course, when growing up, I did like church plays. I never knew I was going to do comedy, but I always did church plays, theater arts in school, my community college. I just always was, I guess. Yeah.
So what did you originally think you were going to be, and when did you decide to, like, you know what, I am funny, I want to do something?
So originally I told my parents when I was 6 years old I was going to be an actress. I was like, I'm going out to Hollywood, I'm going to be an actress. And, you know, they like, okay, they're blue collar workers. They had no idea. They were like, yes, you know, it just felt like a dream, you know, to them. And we're talking about before there was Instagram, internet like that, you know, so they really had nothing to gauge it off of. So I told them that. Fast forward, you know, I end up going to the military.
Okay.
Because I was like, I gotta find a way. There's gotta be a way. And then came out and took theater arts in school, and then met my ex-husband, and we ended up moving to LA, and the rest is history. I got out here, I found teachers, I found courses, I found classes. Anything I took everything. I took stand-up classes, acting classes, voiceover classes, went over to the bookstore. What is, I'm drawing a blank. What's the bookstore with all the Samuel French. Any book on television, writing, developing shows. I mean, I that's my whole library at my house, pretty much. Self-help books and books from Samuel French, pretty much. So I just dove into it, and then I started auditioning, and then, you know, I wasn't getting what I really wanted to get, so I started creating my own thing. And that's when, you know, sketch came about, and boom, I got a deal with Russell Simmons, and that got me going. And after that,
what was that called?
Pretty Funny Fish. So it was a sketch group with me and Simone Shepherd, who's also a writer and actress and sketch.
She's like one of the pioneers of really getting in on social. She did really. Congratulations, Simone! You just got married.
You guys made it official. Were you there? Yeah.
So many people thought they were already married.
I told her too, because when she said, T, I'm getting married. I said, Simone, y'all ain't already. I was like, I thought y'all just snuck off and went and got married, you know, because I love how they just do their own thing. I love it. She's like, no, but I need you there. It's very close family and friends. And I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful day.
Oh, good for them. They're such a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both so talented.
Very, very talented.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But okay. And so I want to take you back because, you know, if you don't, elephant in the room, or you don't know, her ex-husband is Kevin Hart.
Right.
So when he was doing his thing back in Philly and, you know, getting his grind in, did you ever get the bug to get up there yourself?
I didn't.
Really?
So what I was always doing was I was in the background. I was at his first show ever because we met at community college in Philadelphia. That's where we met.
Okay, gotcha.
And theater arts. So he invited me to the show, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'll go. So I go to the show, and he ends up getting a standing ovation. And he's just like, you're my lucky charm. You got to come with me to all the shows now. Now, mind you, I always loved comedy because my parents used to play it. Like, they would always have, and this is when it was just like albums. So you'd be listening. I would be. And
who they listen to?
Of course, Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, Dick Gregory, Fred Sanford. Like, they always had it going in the house. And of course they were like, you need to go upstairs, you can't listen to this. And I'm standing at the top of the steps like, yeah, okay, you know, just not realizing I'm taking it all in.
Right.
And so I went to his first show. Now let me rewind just a little bit, because I used to sell products door to door too.
Wow. Talk about using improv skills.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I use all my improv skills, right? So I'm selling products door to door. I got this cart, and the prize that I won, because I sold the most stuff. Now, what I also did was, my mom worked for the phone company at the time, and I was like, Mom, I need you to put this out at the job and make your workers buy it. And so she's like, okay, I got you. So I always did great. I would sell on the street. She would do that for me. And one of the prizes that I won was to go to a comedy show. And it was at this jazz bar in Philly called Zanzibar Blue. And that's when I first saw live comedy, outside of course, Def Comedy Jam, but I never saw it live. So I saw it there, and I was just like, oh, okay, I like this. And so it was funny. Fast forward, I go to the first show with Kevin, and apparently I was a good luck charm. And so from that moment on, I was pretty much at almost every show. And then I would be sitting in the back analyzing, and I would see the comics go up. He would get off stage, and I'd be like, I think you should add this or try this. This is funny too, you know? And then we'd just be in the car riffing. You know, I always knew how to riff because my family, you have to riff. Yeah. Like, if you don't, then you're going to get ate up.
You're a Philly girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would always be riffing with each other, and it just became fun. And so I would go to the shows, then I would tell my mom to pass tickets to the family, doing this, like, here, he's got to sell the show. And that's really how I started getting into like the comedy club scene. Yeah. And one day, my cousin dared me to go on stage.
In Philly?
No, this was in LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was like, you keep saying you can do it. I dare you, because I have started like really falling in love with it. And I was like, I really want to try it. Like, I can do it. It's fun. I know it. I started writing, and he dared me, and I went up at the Ha Ha in North Hollywood. That was the first time I did stand up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was that recorded? I saw a set with you.
Okay.
Doing stand up.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Wow. Probably when I was just starting.
It was when you were going through your divorce, because that was part of your material.
Right.
You don't even remember? I saw it. It's not online anymore. I saw it. I'm gonna tell you some of the jokes later, but
okay.
You were going in. You were a little like.
Okay. I was a little angry too.
You were angry.
I was a little angry. So imagine you go through a public divorce. Like I tell people all the time, you know, like, I went through a very public divorce, you know, especially you see the person that you were with from day one, and then, you know, they move on, life happens, but to see it all over, you know, and constantly see it, hear it on the radio, it's on the internet, you turn on the TV, it's, you know, so at one point I was just like, well, damn, I gotta live this for the rest of my life. I was like, I can't escape it. You know, most people, you know, they can escape it, but I was like, he's everywhere. Like, this is like cruel punishment, God. What are you doing? So yeah, I was a little angry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I had every right to be.
Let me tell you one of your jokes.
Okay.
You were like, there were so many women. They would each had like their own day. And then one got mixed. They're like, girl, you supposed to be Wednesday. Why are you here on Tuesday?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, no, so that was actually just a joke. Because I think I was like, y'all got to help around the house and clean, do something.
Yes.
I was like, if you're going to be around, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I was like, you're getting lazy. Yeah.
It was. I saw it online years ago. I don't see it anymore, but it was funny. I was like, oh, she's funny. Because you were just kind of the person in the background. You know, you were like Mrs. Kevin Hart. But I was like, no, this girl funny. She's right.
Yeah, no, I would actually write and, and then a lot of comedians would start coming to me like, Torrei, you got a tag for me?
Really?
You got to, because I would just be around and cracking jokes. And, that's what I did in high school. That's what I did with my family. So it just was natural for me.
You were kind of a ghostwriter then.
Yeah.
A little something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to you doing sketches because that's Comedy Divas started. We were doing sketches because like 10 years ago that was the thing.
That was right.
We were all trying to do the sketches and everything. So I remember you doing your thing. I mean, it's hard because I had a group of women I was trying to keep together.
Yeah.
It's hard. So how hard was it for you to keep it going with doing the sketches and keeping up with you got a deal, so there was a lot of pressure. So how was that experience?
Well, honestly, at the time, it was hard because we were doing it for YouTube. So, and it was me and Simone, and, Simone was the writer. She would write, I would have an idea, and I'd be like, Simone, let's do this. And the first thing we ever did was the Basketball Wives spoof. Oh, and I used to watch Basketball Wives religion. I was like, we need to spoof this. And she was like, okay. And so her brain got to go in between her brain, my brain. Next thing you know, we got the crew. We got all our girls that are comedians, our friends that also do production work. And we went viral. So it was fairly easy in the beginning, but then to keep it going got a little tougher because it got costly. But what did happen is that they saw us, and this is when Russell was first starting ADD, and we got one of the biggest deals with them when they first started. I mean, they're not handing out deals like that now because they.
Was that when Kev on stage was with them? Because it
was even before he came on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's really bad.
Yeah.
This is like a kind of a moment because my sketch group started with the Basketball Wives spoof as well.
Oh.
And it was just hot to do them back then. And ours did really, really well too. That's when Funny or Die was around.
Yeah.
All of those. Was it Deaf Women?
No, it was
did at
just
one time.
Well, when we started, it was just ADD, all deaf digital.
Okay, all deaf digital. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And when you guys didn't work out, and what was your next pivot? After that.
Okay, so we ended up, and it's not like it just kind of happened like that because I started booking like movies, and then I got a TV show in Atlanta, so I had to travel to Atlanta, and then Simone started doing Vine really big.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was Vining. I did Vine. I had a nice following, but I wasn't like Vine to me. I was like 7 seconds. It was just.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was Vining. I was doing movies. I got a TV show, and then
we got to stop at this TV show.
Okay.
Because you're talking about the reality show.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was Atlanta Exes.
Atlanta Exes. Yeah.
And that again because it's so ironic because you did Basketball Wives and you did a spoof.
Yeah.
So what was it like doing reality, making that leap to reality, and what did you think of reality before and after you had the experience? I
mean, I like reality TV.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's so many things that you can get from doing reality TV. I ended up getting a deal at Walmart and Target, and I ended up meeting Michelle Obama because of reality TV.
Really?
Yes. She thought I was fun. I got invited to the White House, and I was like, who want to see me?
Really?
Yeah. And she said, you're funny. She was just like, I don't want to do politics all the time, but she was like, you're funny. And I was like, oh, and this is from reality TV. I had to tell my family. I was like, see, because my family was like, don't you do no reality? A few of them supported it, but they all was just kind of like, reality? Really? And
Michelle Obama. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
But yeah, I like it. I think it's entertaining. You know, I'm producing it now too. You know, I'm producing a show. I can't talk about it because it's not out yet, but I go to Texas this month to start shooting it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Reality?
Okay. Yeah.
Good luck.
And I mean, I learned so much from being in front of the camera that I learned how to be able to produce behind the scenes too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And I got to ask you this because it's kind of related.
Okay.
So when they were doing The Real Husbands of Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And then Erica Ash, rest in peace. She was
rest in peace to Erica. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She was kind of was she a spoof of you? Did you feel like she was?
Oh yeah,
her
she
character?
was a spoof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you
we
feel
had
about
these
that?
conversations.
Okay.
I mean, I was like, well, why didn't you just let me play myself? You know, I was like, everybody else playing theyself.
That's true.
But at the time, of course, being the situation going through the divorce and stuff, they couldn't. You know, they thought it was too risky. Okay. So I got it. But the final episode of the show, when they were going off air, when the show was done, I actually did come on the show.
Oh, okay.
Play myself. Yeah. So I was like, finally.
All right, full circle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
me and Kevin were in a scene together, and we were going back and forth. And Stan Lathan's like, you're funny. Where have you been? I was like, people say that all the time. I was just like, I'm around, but thank you, Stan. He was like, no, you are really good. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
For Stan to say that? That's
Yeah.
huge. He's a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
he couldn't believe it because he was like, why she ain't been on the show? So.
On the last episode.
Yeah, the
Like,
last episode. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, you have your own podcast, Brutally Honest. And why did you name it Brutally Honest?
So funny. The name is years ago. And I just was like, hey, I got a deal, offered a deal. They was like, do you have a podcast that you like to do? And producer by the name of Matt Abels, he was like, Torrei Urban One and Radio One and / TV One, they're all grouped together. They was like, they want to offer you, you know, a deal, distribution, and, you know, we'll take care of everything. Do you have a podcast? So I was like, actually, I do. I had this idea for one years ago. I said, and I just never did it. I did another podcast called Breaking Through. And I did that one already. And I was at the moment I was going through a lot. And then I finally felt like I had my breakthrough. So I did that, and I did breakthrough stories. So I was like, let me do the Brutally Honest one, because I feel like now we're in a state of everybody has to overproduce. Everything is so overproduced. You know?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anybody who really just walks around in their natural state anymore. You know? It's like, the pictures have to be perfect.
Oh my gosh.
The content, this is that. You know, it's just, nobody's being real and raw.
So you found a need for that in the market per se.
Yeah.
So how's it going? How's it been for you?
I mean, it's going great. You know, I have some guests that are like, too real, and I'm like, I can't hear that. I mean,
A little too raw.
I was like, I can't. People gonna hate me if I hear that. I was like, you can't tell me about this celebrity doing that.
You had one talking about sex toys.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
See, I don't mind. I mean, you know, we all here because people have sex, right?
Hello.
So I don't mind that. Some people get a little squirmish, but I'm like, whatever. It's just sex. Yeah.
Do you have a dream guest you would like on your podcast?
Oh, wow. I have to say I have a few. I mean, but Erykah Badu, Samuel L. Jackson. I just, those are like two people that I would love to have on.
Okay, let's put it in the universe.
Yes.
Put it in the universe. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So, and something else I wanted to just mention, this is like a side. How do you spell your name? Because I think people spell it wrong all the time.
All the time. Torrei. And I know my mom was feeling very eclectic and different because it's I before E except after C, but clearly, no, she was dyslexic. So that's how it goes. Yeah.
And now we talked about this. You got into getting behind the scenes. You're an EP. You're doing a lot of projects. So let's talk about how'd you start doing executive producing and some of your current projects. You have some stuff on Tubi. You have other things coming up. So this is really exciting. Good for you.
I just felt like I wasn't, I was auditioning and I would book, but I don't like sitting around waiting, So I was like, why not just start EPing? And my friends would have different projects. And, they, of course, I wasn't like, they're not like $1 million projects, nothing like that. They'd be projects that I'm like, okay, I can do a short film, or I can get funding for a movie here and have other people come in with me, which is what I was doing. I would go and find a producing partner, have them come on board with me, and then that's how it would work. And also I felt like for certain characters, I was like, I want to play this character, so let me just produce it and get the writers on board and just do it myself. And that's kind of how it just happened. Yeah. Just not waiting around for people. That's and right. Just making the decision to just do it. You could spend your money on, purses or, other things that you want. Me personally, I just chose to, when money would come in, I would put it into like production. So.
And which one of your movies is Coco Brown in?
That is Forever My Lady.
Okay.
And that is coming out soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've had her.
Yeah.
She's
I love
a legend.
Coco. That's
love
my
Coco
girl.
Brown. Love you,
yeah.
Coco.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did the podcast and she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And also, your mommy, you're soon going to be an empty nester, right?
I pretty much already am.
How do you like it?
I have my days where I love it, and then I have my days where I'm like, I miss my babies. But, my daughter's living in her own apartment. My son, he just turned 18 in November, and he's always been independent, so he's always on the go.
Okay.
It is what it is. I don't know,
I know it's hard for some people. Yeah.
No, I never was a person that was just like all about my kids. Like I always had my kids, and then I had my life because I knew that they were going to leave one day. And so for me, it's like, no, you can't just be, because, then your kids are like, can I get my life to myself? And then you're just holding on to them and then try to hold on to something too tight and it's just going to go. So I've always taught them to be independent and raised them to be independent.
And they both have unique names, Heaven and Hendrix.
Yeah.
How did you come to that? How did you guys come up with those names?
Well, because Hart is such a dope last name, and I just was like, we got to give them super dope names. And then when I found out I was having a girl, I was just like, oh, okay, Heaven Hart. And then I was like, and Lee, Heavenly Hart. I was like, and then she has to live to like the most high place. I was like, she has to aspire to carry herself like that, and she does. And then Hendrix, growing up, I loved listening to Jimi Hendrix, and so I was just like, I think Hendrix would be dope to complement Heaven, and that's how that happened. And his Hendrix Lee and Heaven Lee, and they share their middle names together, so I was like, that's a way for them to bond. And Kevin went along with my antics, and so here we have it.
Very nice. Very nice. And because you're an entrepreneur, I know we didn't say that here, but you've been getting your hustle on in many different ways. One of the things years ago, you were doing a liquor, you had a liquor line, because I actually had it. Your face was on it and everything.
And that came from reality TV. I was able to broker a deal with the ladies who actually came up with Skimpy Mixers. I came up with the flavor. I went with them to the factory in Dallas, and I was like, well, can we do this? This is what I like. I like cherry limeade. So I was like, so can we do cherry limeade? I was like, I'd love to work with you guys, and that's how that happened. And so that debuted on Atlanta Exes, the party.
There you go. You got to use it to your advantage. That's very smart. And one of your products has your daughter's name in it.
Heavenly Heart hair. So that was, of course, for her, and that's going to be handed down to her. It's a hair products, natural hair products, but you could use it too if your hair's not natural. But that came about because of Heaven, her name.
I always ask this, and it's interesting for you because of who your ex is and the rooms you've been in, but I always say, who was somebody that you met and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm meeting this person? Or in reverse, I know you did Michelle Obama, that's the thing that she knows you. That's huge. But everybody else is like, I can't believe they know me, or I can't believe I'm meeting this person.
When I met Samuel Jackson, I mean, I was in his trailer, like, just he allowed me to come in there and talk, pick his brain. I was, wanted to pick his brain about acting and all kinds of other things.
Nice.
And he was just super, super nice. Like, and I hate that this is before, like, there were cell phones, but it wasn't like you could really just snap it like that, because I cannot find these pictures that we took.
Aww.
I know. And it's just like, and when I tell you, I made this man take like at least 10 pictures.
Oh.
And shout out to Jonetta, because Jonetta was his hairstylist at the time. She did all of his hair pieces for his different movies. And she knew how much I loved him. And she was like, Torrei, get down here right now, Coach Carter. We're on the set. I told Sam how much you love him, and he said, tell her to come in. So
that was nice.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson. So
he's a legend. Yeah.
So you on the set of Coach Carter?
Coach Carter.
What was that like?
It was great. I mean, I was watching, and this is early on, like when I was really starting to like get my feet wet in movies and stuff. So I just learned a lot, set etiquette and personalities, because you see some people were walking around like, divas and shit. I mean, comedy divas, but they
I know what you mean.
I know, yeah. Like, and I was just like, oh, they kind of rude. Okay. I would be happy if I'm on the set of Coach Carter, like, I don't know. I'm the type of person, like, I feel like it's a blessing to be able to live your dream. So why you being nasty? Yeah.
Something I always like to ask too, the dream project, the dream, if I could just shoot for the stars,
right,
what's your dream project you would like to do?
My dream, a TV show. I mean, I'm on several TV shows, but like my own TV show. Like, and I think dramedy for me.
For sure.
Because I do a lot of dramas and I do a lot of comedy. But for me, the perfect mixture would be like a dream, just dramedy show. Yeah.
So your current projects, Turnt AF and Whispers in the Pine and Love Don't Pay the Bills. Can you just give people an idea what those are about? Yeah,
so Love Don't Pay the Bills. It's, well, my character in there, I was a recovering crackhead. And recovering crackhead.
How'd you do the research for that?
I just was like, I can do that. We done seen plenty of crackheads. We know what a crackhead look like. But since I was recovering, it's not like I'm walking around,
right,
with my hair and crazy and stuff like that. But it's just a film about people hustling, getting to it. Brayley Evans, Blue Kimball, Dennis White.
We interviewed Brayley too.
Oh, you did?
Love her.
Yeah, Brayley's
She's fun.
so dope.
She's so
I
fun.
love Brayley.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was the lead actress on it. I'm trying to think who else. Robert Slocum. But pretty much people hustling. They out there hustling to make ends meet. And of course, there's different sides. There's different drug lords over here, and they clash. And I don't want to tell the whole story. People got to go watch it. On Tubi.
On Tubi.
But it's such a twist that you're going to love it if you watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Silk White, too. Shout out to Silk White.
Oh, that's right, because that's the filmmaker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Turnt is it a series of films?
So here's what Turnt. So Man Robinson, who is one of my producing partners, we started the original one, which is Turnt, called Turnt. And that was me, him, and Jamal Woolard, who played Biggie. And so the three of us, the second one, which is Super Turnt, is where we really was like, okay, we got it figured out. Because the first one, Turnt, I'll be honest, it's kind of a little all over the place, but we was just figuring it out. Now the second one is super dope. It's high quality. You got a lot of different people in it. I can't remember right now because it was a couple years ago. But then Turnt AF. Which is, can I cuss?
Yes.
Oh, so Turnt as fuck is really what it is.
Yeah.
And it turned into a 3-part series.
Okay.
So that's like the finale, and it ended up being a 3-part series.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's on Tubi as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's talk about Whispers in the Pine.
Oh, Whispers. Okay. So my other producer partner, Matt Abels, and that's a thriller. So you have to watch that too, because there's a twist in that too, and that's also on Tubi. I'm having a birthday, and I decide I want to go into the woods and go camping for my birthday, and there's a lot that goes on with that. So,
what black people do that?
I do. I think black people go camping
in the woods.
Yeah, black people go camping.
Did you see The Blackening?
I did.
Yeah,
it was good.
So good.
It was so good.
They're doing
I
another
auditioned
one.
for that, actually. I did. And I was like, when I saw the girl who got the role, I was like, she's good, but I felt like I gave it,
Oh, that's a trap. That was so it made me think of that. 'Cause they were, in the cabin. Well, the cabin. But they're doing another one. I look forward to it.
Oh, dope. Okay.
So speaking of funny, and you have toured with Katt Williams a couple of times, right?
Yeah. So, well, not a couple of times. So one time I just did the show out here. He did a big show here at the Microsoft Theater. And then the second time, I toured with him.
Okay. So what is it like touring with Katt Williams?
So I've known Katt for years.
Okay.
So for me, it was just like, I'm on the road with my friend. Katt has watched my dog. This is crazy. When Katt was living in Malibu, I had a pit bull named Hunter. And I told Katt, I was like, I'm going out of town. I need you to watch the dog. So he watched the dog, the dogs. He had dogs too. The dogs end up getting into a fight. And guess who breaks the fight up between the dogs? Suge Knight.
What?
Suge Knight.
What?
Yes, Suge Knight. And the dogs, I was like, why are the dogs?
Wait, why was Suge Knight there?
Because this is when Katt was hanging out with Suge heavy. And he was rapping. And so Suge was there. Suge goes and gets a barrel of water, throws it on the pit bulls to unlock their jaws. And I was like, I can't believe this. My dog and Katt dog is fighting, and Suge Knight just broke up the fight. Yeah.
I mean, that's a story.
I know.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
So, so I know he takes care of. I've had other comedians on here who tour with, like Melanie Camacho. I've interviewed her.
Oh, I love Melanie.
Yeah. She's a legend.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, and she has great things to say about him. So what was it like? Being on tour. What was it like? Was it like a family? Did you guys have a lot of fun behind the scenes?
Oh yeah. Of course. I mean it's fun. You're with other comedians. He takes care of his people, hotel top notch, food top notch, travel top notch. Like it's work, So it's just so happens that it's stand up. But you go to work, you clock in, do your job, you go hang out in the back, have a good time, and then go back to the hotel. I mean, I didn't do any crazy stuff. I don't know, people might have other crazy stories, but me, I didn't get involved in any crazy stuff.
Now, you had to deal with a crazy, timing because one of the tours you went on was right after the big Shannon Sharp interview.
Yeah.
And it was, right after that. Did you have to get, this is something weird to this. Did you
permission?
Have to get permission? Yeah.
No, I'm grown and I do my own thing. But out of respect, I did let him know that I had already planned on going on tour. So I let him know, look, this is happening. The timing's crazy. I said, so I'm just letting you know out of respect. And honestly, I didn't even have to do that because, I didn't. But I just did.
You guys have come a long way.
Yeah.
What advice would you give people? You guys co-parent brilliant now.
Right.
You see you guys even on social and everything.
Yeah.
So how did you get to that place?
Whew, a lot of God and patience. And, the one thing I would say, we both always just wanted the best for our kids. We just always put the kids first. So I think what happens is people get selfish and they get caught up in their own mental and not realizing the only thing it's really going to affect the most are your children. Are your children going to have to end up just in therapy nonstop? And, and we're not perfect, don't get me wrong. But I would say, giving the circumstance, we did a hell of a great job making sure we kept the kids first.
And your kids are beautiful.
Thank you.
They're adorable, really, really cute kids. What do they want to do?
So my daughter's in college right now. She's actually a screenwriting major.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's really good too. She's been writing since she was 6 years old. She does her own movie. She produced a short film and wrote it and directed it and starred in it. So she's definitely excited about being a creative. My son, he's running track. I mean, he broke the school record at his school for the 200. So he's up in the books at the school. And, he's probably going to end up running track, and he wants to go to college for business. So who knows? He might end up taking over the family business.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I can't see either one of them doing stand up.
Oh no,
No, I don't
are they
see
funny?
that. They're hilarious.
Okay.
But I just don't see them doing stand up.
Well, stand up is a different beast. You know what I mean? I'm a writer. I mean, I you know, and I act, and I can be funny.
Yeah.
But I so respect stand up comedy. It's hard, and it takes special people to be successful at it.
Yeah.
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 So I always like to ask if there was a Mount Rushmore of Black women in comedy. Who would your 4 be? And it can be stand up, and it could be an actress. It can be mixed however you want. But your top 4, your favorite.
Mount Rushmore of Black women in comedy. Wow. Okay, so I would have to say, love Wanda Sykes. Think she's brilliant. Who else? I love Lunel. I love how she just goes for it, and there's no holds barred with her. Melanie too. Melanie is, and she's so underrated.
Yes,
and
she
I
is.
hate that.
I agree.
hate that she's underrated because she deserves.
And she's effortless with hers.
I mean,
Effortless.
it's just stand there. She don't even do no act outs. Melanie just stand there and do this right here, and yeah, and
all day.
And I know all her jokes, and I just still keep laughing at them.
Yeah, we've posted her a lot. She always gets great numbers.
Melanie is hilarious. Love her to death. And the 4th, I would have to say, wow. I mean, some more. I think she's classy. Yeah, she's. Dad, I need more because there's
That's
more.
a good 4 though.
Yeah,
that's a good 4.
Yeah,
no one's gonna be mad at that.
Right.
Yeah. And I know you said you want to do a dramedy, like sitcom and everything, but is there anyone that you would want to work with, like a dream person to work with in the comedy world?
Oh, male or female?
Male or female? You know what? Give me one of both.
Oh, okay. So, and let me tell you, I am a person that. Do they have to be black, or are they?
Yeah, they gotta be black.
They gotta be black.
Yeah,
Okay,
they black.
okay. Because I have a very diverse.
I'm gonna open
group.
this up.
Yeah.
Say who your favorites are. It's all good, black or white or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I need some black people for you to come around to.
So I love Felipe Esparza.
Oh, okay.
He is hilarious to me.
Yes, he is very funny.
He is. And I came up with Felipe. We used to be at open mics together.
Okay.
So I love Felipe Esparza. I love Deon Cole. I definitely would like to work with Deon, Felipe.
Oh, I can see that.
Me and Tiffany Haddish, we were supposed to do something together years ago. Never happened. I still feel like the two of us together would be great.
Yeah.
And then there's another comedian.
I can see a Thelma and Louise thing with you too.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
It would be great. And Kanisha Bus.
I mean, in a funny way. I know that was incorrect, but I mean, like, it's just
but they were funny.
Yeah,
they were funny.
Yeah, that was a very layered movie. Yeah, for sure.
And I worked with Coca already. I've done a few things with Coca Brown. But Kanisha Bus, that woman, she is just nonstop, like rapid fire, like just funny, very, very funny.
She's stand up and actress.
She's stand up and actress.
Okay.
Yeah, she's on tour right now with Nate. Nate Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have some of your challenges been? Whether it's pursuing some stand up, people don't think women are funny, getting time on stage, getting respect, and all that stuff. So, what have been some of your challenges?
Well, my challenges mainly is that people were still looking at me as somebody's ex-wife instead of me like actually honing my craft. Like I've been in the slums, I've been to chicken shacks and you name it, any hole in the wall to perform and get better, and some people be like, oh, she's getting this because of her. I'm like, no, if anything, it hinders me. It actually hurts me more, because it's almost like some people be like, we're scared to work with her because what is Kevin going to think? And I'm like, well, here's the thing. Me and Kevin are cool, number one. I said, and number two, he's never going to work with you anyway. So you worried about him, and he's never going to work with you. You realize you're not on his level, and he's already got his core group of people. So I have to tell that, to people all the time. And it's frustrating because I did actually have one producer one time, like, I really think you're funny. I really love to book you, but I feel like I can't because what is Kevin going to say about that? And I'm like, he doesn't know you, And I'm like, I don't get it. I said, but cool, no problem. I remember one time going to Spank, who was one of Kevin's openers. Mm-hmm. And I went to one of his shows.
Is that one of the red cup?
One of the plastic cup boys. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm at the show, me and Spank, having a good time, yapping, talking, whatever. And one of these guys comes, they was like, oh, y'all cool? And I was like, yeah. Why do people think that we're in? I was like, yes, I came up with these people. I've known these people since I was 19 years old.
Right.
Yes, we're cool. So it's weird. It's just these personas that people want to put in the universe, and it's like, that's not even us. Y'all putting this on us, and that's not us. So
what do you think people's biggest misconception is about you?
Oh, well, most of the time when people meet me, they don't expect me to be like cool. Like it's always like, there's like, oh, we thought you were mean, and I'm like,
oh,
and I was like, why? Because of some jokes, I was like, that's stand up, that's comedy. I was like, and it made for fun. I was like, but no, I'm very easygoing. I'm not mean, I may be a little stern, but you have to be, to get your respect out here. I was like, but no, I'm cool. I'm easygoing. I talk to anybody. I don't care. I'm always down to have a good time. I like to have fun. So that's something that I'd be surprised. Like, why wouldn't I be cool? I don't get it. Where's this coming from?
You with a mean ex-wife.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, that's not true at all. Like, I was like, I was going through something. People go through things in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you do have a guard up. I was like, but imagine if you went through something, you're going to have a guard up. But yeah, no, I'm not just out here just fuck this person, bitter, angry. Like, no. Yeah, I could never. That would kill me if I had to walk around like that. Yeah.
And we didn't really talk about your upbringing. What's your dynamic? Your mom, your dad, come up in Philly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was what side of Philly you were on.
Okay.
So what was like your background growing up?
So my mom and dad still married. They've been married 53 years.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually, I missed their anniversary. I know, that's so bad.
Torrei.
I know.
Bad Torrei.
I gotta call my mom.
Ooh. But
listen, I'm a good daughter.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
When was it?
It was the 4th. It was yesterday.
Happy anniversary, 53 years. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Black love. Oh, my goodness.
So, it was pretty cool. It was chill. I mean, they were blue collar workers. They sent us to church. We went to church
How many siblings?
I have a sister.
Okay.
Yeah. I have an older sister. And they actually moved us out of Philly when I was 9. So I was born in Philly. I had a little bit of Philly, and then moved to Jersey when I was 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got Philly. I got Jersey. I mean, all my family's still in Philly, but we moved to Jersey, and that was when we was in the suburbs. Because Philly, we were in the heart of North Philly.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
it was a big difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
How did your family handle when things were going left in the press, when you were getting bad press per se? How did your family handle that? Were they like your rock? Did they want to pop off?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They popped off a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, they popped off a few times. My family don't play. There's a whole group chat on my phone of like 54 of the family members that we are on every day. No, every day. My family's very close. And once a month, it's unfortunate I'm not there, so I can't make it, but do family gatherings. Yeah, so my family's very close-knit, and yeah, they don't play.
Would you ever move back east?
And give up this Cali weather? I'm riding around with my top down all day. No, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Can't take the snow.
I can't take the snow and the cold. No.
Yeah, it's been really, 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 really cold.
Yeah.
Do you ski? Do you have a hidden talent? I always like to ask that too.
Do I have a hidden talent? I play poker.
Do you?
Yeah, and I have trophies. I'm really good.
Play.
Yeah, I played in a tournament yesterday. I got knocked out 28th though. I was pissed about that. Got a bad beat. But I have trophies. I've won big at the MGM in Vegas and out here at the Hustler. Yeah, no, I really play.
You play.
Yeah. So I actually was looking into becoming a pro. They say if you win a tournament, you're automatically a pro, but it wasn't recorded. So, you know, I just got to start recording stuff or have somebody record it. But yeah, I want to play in the World Series. I will be playing in the World Series one day, and I want to win. Yeah, I love it. Like I can sit there and play for 24 hours probably.
What?
Yeah, I can.
Really?
Yeah, no, I love poker.
And I know like poker players like to people have different tics or different. How do you disguise what's your poker face? Do you have one, and do you have to disguise something that's a tell for you?
I don't.
Okay.
Since I'm an actress, I feel like I know breath control. I've taken enough courses and classes to know certain things. You control your breathing, or if I do feel like I'm given a tell or something, I kind of know how to maneuver my body. Or sometimes I'm just all over the place when I sit at the table, so they're not going to know because I'm just sitting there doing all kinds of weird stuff, and they're like, what is this girl doing?
Do you wear a hat or glasses ever?
Sometimes.
Okay.
But I mean, yesterday I didn't have either one.
Okay.
Have
you ever come across Princess?
I did. Me and Princess played together.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I know she's good too.
Yeah, we played at the Hustler together. We did a satellite tournament together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was a cash satellite, so it wasn't a tournament. So cash game is different from tournament. So and me and Daphne Springs, we played.
Okay,
yeah.
I interviewed Daphne. She's coming up. Yeah. She's dope.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to get in your pockets, but what's the most you won?
Oh, wow. Okay, so the most that I won was $82K. And that was one. Yeah, but I mean, I want to some people, they go in there with 10,000 and they leave with like 22 million.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, it's big money. Like, especially the WSOP, like the World Series. So I plan on hitting one of those, but I want somebody to sponsor me.
Okay, how does that work? That's fascinating.
You can also get in through. There's a lot of.
Is there an entry fee? Like I'm.
Yeah, so it's $10K to enter into that one. Yeah,
gotcha.
But here's another way you can get it bankrolled. You can start in smaller tournaments. Like there's a tournament I'm playing in tomorrow at the Bicycle, which is only $200, but there's a $50,000 guarantee. So yeah. So you find these different tournaments, and that's what I do too. I win like smaller tournaments, and you can keep track of it. It's like a job. Put it in your notebook and know your hands that you won with and who you played against, because you start to see these different opponents around the circuit, and so you start to get to know people, and you watch how they're moving and how they're playing, and it's like, okay, I'm starting to catch on to you. So I'm in entertainment, so I have a little advantage over them because they really think that women can't play too, especially black women. For whatever reason, they feel like we can't play, or what is she doing here, or and it's like, yeah, underestimate me. Keep thinking I'm just playing Ace King and I got a 7-2 in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn to play poker.
I love poker. I love spades. I love dominoes. I love,
Oh, you a smack talker, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's a given. You're from Philly, you know. But also, big spades, you just required to talk smack.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Have you been in tournaments out here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for spades?
Yeah, spades, dominoes. I just was in a dominoes tournament with Omar Gooding.
Okay.
Who else was there? That you would know. But Omar Gooding, that was the last one. I was just in dominoes tournament with Omar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any funny behind the scenes, whether it's touring or a blooper on set or anything, like a wardrobe malfunction, anything, any funny stories from like behind the scenes?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I was shooting my music video and...
Music video?
Because I rap too.
Oh, you rap?
Yeah.
What's your rap name?
But just Torrei.
Just Torrei?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
gotta give a freestyle.
Yeah, I don't freestyle.
You don't freestyle?
No, I do write. I have to write rap. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can freestyle comedy easily. Like when I'm hosting, easy.
So can we get a rap? One of your raps?
But okay, let me try to remember because this is okay. I'm a brown skin baddie. What's up, daddy? Flexing on you niggas because you know you can't have me. Damn it, I can't even remember. I haven't even said that in a long time. But yeah, I haven't been.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was like when I said that you had any hidden talents.
Oh well, because that's
you did say you was a rapper.
Because it's just for fun. But then people started seeing me doing it, and then they were like, you need to really do it. So then next thing you know, I'm in the studio with Rockstar, and I'm recording songs. But yeah, but I mean, as far as like trying to go out and be a rapper, no, I do it for fun. I like rapping for fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
yeah.
So back to the story. You said you were in the studio.
Yeah, are you familiar with Sugar Free?
Yes, of course.
So
you don't have to, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Oh yeah, Sugar Free's on one of my songs.
Okay. Oh, you took it back. Sugar Free.
Oh yeah. Wow. So Sugar Free's on one of my songs, and we were shooting a music video for it, and the whole back of my outfit, the pants I had on just split.
Ooh.
So next thing you know, they all just cracking jokes on me. I'm just sitting there like, cover me up, and the person that was there, do you ever watch Little Women?
No.
Do you know? Okay, so Latanya, she's from Little Women.
Okay.
She's small. She's small black little person from out here.
Okay.
So she's got her needle and thread. She's this big right here at my ass, trying to cover me up. I mean, I just was like, I can't believe this just happened. Like my tights, they were lace and they just split. I was doing some kind of dance move and they split.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's oh my wow.
And stuff happens all the time. My whole life is just, it's something that happens every day. I promise. It's something wild that's going to happen later on tonight. Probably something wild's going to happen. It never fails.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
And we were talking about kind of off camera, but we were talking about this whole craze with the Ozempic or the shots and all that stuff and everything. And I had asked you if you had tried it.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course I've tried it.
But what was the result?
It was no result. I mean, I had lost a few pounds, but I was looking at other people like, why am I taking this shot that I don't even like how it made me feel? And I just felt like I wasn't losing enough for how it was making me feel. So I was like, this ain't working for me. So yeah. So I was like, I'm done. I got off of it. Like, dang, I look on camera and I'm like, the camera, they say at 10. I was like, no, it'll be at like 20 on me. I was in the military. I'm a vet. So I know how to work out. I would just work out and stuff would just fall off like that. And the older you get now, it can't. And then my knees are jacked up. So I'm just, I can't run like I used to be able to run. So it's certain things, it's just like, dang, I'm just, it's brittle over here.
You, this is a weird question. Were you discharged honorably?
Oh, yeah, I got honorable discharge. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get all my benefits.
Yes. That's important. People don't realize that.
Oh,
you gotta be honorably discharged.
Honorably discharged,
yes. You just, dishonorably, you don't get anything.
You get nothing. They don't even want nothing to do with you. They
nothing
look like,
to do with you.
Ugh.
Don't even claim us. You're not a vet.
Right.
Yeah. And now you also did an ebook.
Which one?
You know what?
Is that the Skinny Bitch Keto?
Yes.
That's the keto one.
Okay, so you did an ebook called
Skinny Bitch Keto.
Okay, and what
easy peasy recipes.
Okay,
yeah. See, so I came up with that during COVID. Oh, because that's another reason. I was like, I'm not gonna get big during COVID. Because people was just sitting around drinking, and I was like,
making sourdough bread.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. So I discovered keto, and I did fall in love with keto. And so I started creating different recipes, and I started posting online, and a lot of people were like, what are you cooking today? Because I was cooking a lot. And so I started making these recipes, and that's how the cookbook came about, and yeah.
And, social, you have a big following. How many followers are you at now?
I've been stuck at 743K for a minute.
It's a trip how the numbers
get
stuck.
Yeah, I've been stuck, but overall platforms, I'm probably like 1.5 million.
Nice.
Nice. So, I mean, that's good.
Yeah, that's really good. Mm-hmm. That's really, really good. Yeah. So if people want to follow you or go to your website, what should they do? What should they punch in?
Oh, yeah. So just all things Torrei Hart. So TORREIHART. And I'm actually a person that responds. Like, if somebody hits me up, I'll actually take the time out and respond. Like, you know, it's like...
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
You were so responsive to me. You
right.
were just helping me book this and getting you on here, and I appreciate that.
And I know I slipped a little bit, but I had to do so much. I had back to back.
Trust me, you were great.
Yeah.
You were great.
But I just feel like if the people are for you, why are you not for them? You know, it's weird to me where I see some people just try to like, I don't really talk to people. Like, it's a social platform. You're supposed to be social. You know what I mean? Like, those are your followers. Those are your people. They support you.
Yeah.
Like, show them support too. I don't know.
They're showing you love. They're showing you love.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be mean to the person that showed me love.
Right.
That's just weird to me. Yes, weird. People are weird sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, I mean, just like even with you, I'm like, hell yeah. You want to take the time out and book a studio and, you know, exert your energy to interview me, to put me out in a different platform.
Yeah.
Like, I'm grateful for that. That's an opportunity. I'm grateful for that.
I appreciate everyone's journey. I think everyone has a journey, you know, and it's for Comedy Divas. Yeah. And I always thought you were funny.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, Torrei Hart, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I saw you online. I said, no, she's funny. She funny.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we were able to meet. Yeah. I'm glad we were able to talk and hear more about your story, your journey, and your upbringing, and the things you're doing is amazing. Congrats on being an EP on all of these things. We're going to be looking for it. We're going to be following you, and just thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a great time.
So thank you for being a comedy diva.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for being here. I'm Sharon B. This is Girl Talk Podcast, Comedy Divas. Bye.
Peace.
Comedy Divas, we run this town. Run this town.